You need the police, you need the community, and you need the media itself to be working together in order to be effective. Crime Stoppers is looking for your information to help identify and arrest the person responsible for this robbery.
Crime Stoppers has evolved into an amazing organization which protects the environment, protects our quality of life. It does all sorts of things. It's a great organization, and it's evolved.
We work with the community to try and to assist in providing information that's instrumental in keeping our communities a safe place to work and play.
The Crime Stoppers program wouldn't exist without its volunteers and the community. The system focuses on appealing to the public for information.
Why do you think Crime Stoppers works?
Anonymity. It allows a person who doesn't want to get involved to make the call and provide information that they know. I would prefer that the person directly contact the police. Investigators would rather hear from a witness directly, but if they're not coming forward and giving that information, at least it gives the investigator a direction. Now, you can't just call Crime Stoppers and say, this person is doing this, because police can't act on an anonymous tip. They can't go out and arrest somebody just because an anonymous caller indicated it. So there's got to be due diligence, and there has to be full investigation when somebody calls Crime Stoppers. So a tip has to be verified, so a full investigation is required, and absolutely everything must be done before the police can satisfy themselves that there's enough evidence to go out and make an arrest. So sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes only an hour. I mean, depending on how much information the person has and the other physical evidence that the police have gathered at the crime scene. So Crime Stoppers produces that little missing piece of the puzzle. Sometimes it's the absolute necessary piece. Sometimes it's just another little piece that, allows you to connect this and this. So it's become an invaluable tool of police. And an OPP commissioner who was describing Crime Stoppers said it's one of the three top innovations in policing. And he listed Crime Stoppers along with fingerprinting and DNA. So that's what they look at today. It's a very, very important part of policing.
Constable Darrell Paquette is the police coordinator for the Crime Stoppers program here in Waterloo Region. Paquette is responsible for handling all tips that are reported to the program. It is his responsibility to make sure that tipsters' anonymity is protected.
We don't take any information that would identify you, for one thing. When you're speaking to myself or the assistant in my office, we make sure that you don't give us your name, your address or phone number. If something was to happen and that you did provide that information, we would stop that call immediately, and we would not take any further information and ask you to either call back at a later date or provide the information in another way, which could be through the web tip or through text messaging. The reason for that is we promise anonymity and that guarantee, and by you providing that information, we risk that your identity can be known. The biggest thing that we do is when we start any type of call is we stress that. We tell our callers that we don't want their name, their number, address. We don't subscribe to call display, so if you do call, it doesn't come in with your phone number showing. And we just make sure that overall anything that you provide to us is sanitized. So we make sure that we take out any information that could identify you. When tips do come in through our web program or our web tips, again, before it's sent out to the police, that I would go through that tip personally and again look for information that may identify you. And we do look at simple things. It could be the time of day, could be the location that you might put in that could clearly identify who you are. So we take it that seriously, that we do really look into the tip to make sure that you're not going to be identified.
Retired Waterloo Regional Police Services Sergeant Debbie Bodkin knows firsthand how a small piece of information can help the police solve a case.
Well, I know from my experience that without the Crime Stopper tips the police services get, there'd be a lot of crimes that go totally undetected, or we know they're happening but we don't know the avenue to investigate them. So it's really crucial in bringing stuff forward that's the only way it's going to come out is from a tipster, somebody who's sort of in the loop with whatever crime it is, who can bring us information that we can't get any other way. So it's really crucial. It's quite often the basis for something that can turn into a big investigation, and without that little piece of information, the investigation never would have started.
And perhaps giving people an opportunity to speak up without the fear of something happening to them.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, exactly. Because usually the people who are giving the information, yeah, if they were found out, they would be in grave danger or whatever. So yeah, it's an avenue that's really necessary. That anonymity is important.
I'm Constable Darrell Paquette, Police Coordinator for Waterloo Regional Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers is looking for your information to help identify and arrest the people responsible for this break and enter. The Crime Stopper program is unique compared to other nonprofit organizations for the simple reason that we are trying to assist the police in solving crime. So our fundraising activities, the monies are going towards paying our anonymous tipsters when their information that they provide to Crime Stoppers is used by the police. When an arrest is made and charges are laid on a person and the information that was provided to Crime Stoppers was used, that anonymous person now is eligible for a cash reward.
The Crime Stoppers program consists of a board of directors who donate their time and skills to help promote the program.
The responsibility of our board members are to fundraise and promote our Crime Stopper program within the community. We host a number of different events throughout the year, again for fundraising purposes, but also to get the awareness of what Crime Stoppers does in the community and for the police. So to become a board member for Waterloo Regional Crime Stoppers, you go on our website. There's an application to volunteer. You complete the application. Once I receive it, I review it and then bring it forward to our board of directors. We will have a brief interview. If myself and the other board members on that committee feel that you'd be a right fit for the board, your name's brought before our board, at which time we vote on whether you will become a board member or not. We are an active board, which means that we are a working board, and the expectation is that you will put some time into Crime Stoppers on your own personal time. And again, it's to participate in various events or fundraising activities.
It's really up to us as a board to pick and choose things that we want to do. Try something new. It's not just a set, this is what you have to do by this date and that's it. So there's the ability for creativity in terms of how we want to do our outreach and our education. It's a balance between community activities, engagement, education, and awareness.
Community partnerships is one of the most important parts of Crime Stoppers. Our board, again, are civilian members, volunteers, and they all belong to our community. And the importance of having our board members out and about in our community and making partnerships with different businesses and other agencies is really important for us to be successful.
We usually help out every year with Mopar Fest in New Hamburg. Our involvement has grown every year, and we have a booth set up, and it's a great chance to get out and talk to people. We also get involved with the Rangers Barbecue Fan Fest every year, and that's a great chance to meet many people from the community. People from the police services are also there as well. The Rangers have been a great partnership with us. They allow us to come in to do the community corner as well. And having someone like that, where they're very much community-minded, it's great to partner with them. So we hope to continue that relationship. The Lee J. Levine calendar that comes out every year, Crime Stoppers will be a part of that for 2019. The funds that are raised through the calendar sales will be going to the Crime Stoppers program, and we will be working with Shirley Levine to help promote that. She does a great job every year promoting various causes. She's very much tied into the community. We're very grateful that she's asked to work with Crime Stoppers for that calendar.
Waterloo Regional Crime Stoppers hosts an annual golf tournament that has a connection to the Canadian golfing legend, the late Mo Norman.
This tournament was named after Mo Norman. Mo was a strong supporter of the Crime Stoppers program. He was a decent golfer as well, as some might know. So it's great to have his name associated with this tournament. There's many people that have a strong personal connection to Mo that come out every year and support it, as well as have a personal connection with Crime Stoppers. Being that we're a nonprofit organization, we do not receive financial aid from the government or from the police. This is something that we count on every year to help fund the tip payouts. This is a great event. It's a great networking event. There's many community-minded people that get involved in this, and it's a great day out, and nobody really worries about the score, but it is a great chance to get out.
Still ahead, putting crime in the penalty box.
Get the kids to work with the police officers and see the police officers are athletes themselves, have played hockey, and enjoy spending time with them and doing different things.
An annual event that continues to bring the community together.